Welcome to the Pod, Week 6. You got your host, Big Mike here. Got Bammy, AJ Rose in the building.
Uh,
I got my coach, Chris States in the building. Coach States in the building.
No
You know
doubt.
what I mean? And then we got a special guest, Mr. Cash Caprice in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Cash
Yes,
Caprice,
yes,
special
yes,
guest.
yes, 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 yes.
How's everyone doing?
good.
Good, man.
Would be better
Good, good.
ticket if that Kyler Murray touchdown.
Mm,
Better
okay.
3 for 4 of first touchdown scorers is winning on that last game.
Yo, that was crazy stuff. At least you know you made some money. Yo. That's all that matters, yo. You're in the positives.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So let's get right to it, yo. We'll start with, your Pittsburgh Steelers and, my Dallas Cowboys. What was that, Monday Night Football?
Yep.
Yo, what happened, yo? What happened, Bammy? What happened?
First of all, honestly, going into the game, I was kind of leaning towards Dallas.
Mm,
The past couple games, Dallas was struggling against the run. Obviously, they gave up God knows, like 200 and something, I think it was, to the Ravens. And then the week before gave up 150. So they couldn't stop the run. And they've been struggling against guys explosive in the run game. Steelers
yeah,
were not very explosive in the run game. So I knew they were going to be able to contain us there. And then again, the inclement weather, delay a game stoppage, that was going to if someone's going to be impacted by throwing the ball, I would lean more towards Justin Fields being impacted over Dallas. And I mean, combination of things, I kind of lean towards that way. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. Dak had one last minute drive, and they're able to do just enough.
okay. So do you still, after that game, do you still feel like you guys can win the division or like,
Yeah. So we'll get into the picks. So we'll see how I go for next week. But definitely, I mean, we have 3 wins. Baltimore has 3 wins. Right now, Cincinnati is struggling. Same with
Mhm.
Browns. So I mean, if we're able to get 2 from our division, definitely see us in there. So right now, 3-2. Um, you know, we're definitely still in a solid position, especially in our division.
Gotcha. I don't know if Justin Fields is the guy, man.
The thing about it is, are there better quarterbacks than him? Yeah. However, from what we were coming from, there is definitely worse situations. And I will say, in terms of explosive players, we don't necessarily have those. Yeah, we have George Pickens. We don't have a lot of proven explosive players from, receivers, tight ends, and running backs. So I feel he would, perform. Be able to get more out of him if we did have, a bit more explosive players around him.
Gotcha. I feel like this was a good game for Dallas to win. It was ugly. It looked shaky in the beginning, but that came through, made some plays and got the job done. I still feel like Dallas can sneak and win the division, even though Washington's on the mud thing. I'm still waiting for Washington to, start losing and come down to earth. So I'm banking on that. But it's it was an ugly game. I won't even lie. That game was ugly. Like I didn't even finish it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was.
I'm knocked out still, so it was ugly, yo. So yeah, yo, my coach, yo, the Raiders, yo, Raiders in Denver, yo, like, yo,
Was your guys?
like, I don't know, man. I thought you
That
guys were gonna take it though. I wouldn't lie to you.
honestly, we had injuries. Yeah, the Raiders are raidering, you know what I mean? But they had injuries, obviously. Like, yo, if your best player or your second best player on the team, if your first best player is hurt, which Max Crosby is hurt, he's playing hurt. and Devante Adams doesn't want to be there. Like now you have to shuffle guys in. The run game wasn't as smooth as it was supposed to be. Michael Mayers, like he hasn't played all year, and he's like dealing with like personal issues, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like we came out hot, like
Yeah.
came out hot. So that's my thing. Like I think this is the first time Denver has beat us since like the Obama administration, and that's like a real fact. So
Mm,
it's kind of sucks. But Gardner Minshew played like ass.
yeah, 2 picks.
Now,
The pick
Yeah.
that threw, like understand when you're a coach, like certain things will just like lose you the game. Like especially
Mm,
even when you're winning, like even when a team makes like a big play and yeah, you're not losing at that point. Sometimes like everybody's shoulders drop and it's like, yo, we're playing so high that like that just fucked everything up or messed everything up. Apologize. But yeah, that messed everything up. And then yeah, like then Christian Wilkins gets hurt.
yeah.
So you like Divine Diablo's hurt. Obviously, Marcus Epps is hurt. Like we have a lot of guys on our defense hurt, and nobody knows like because we don't have like a lot of like big name guys. So like just like little injuries like that kills like the team, and obviously the offense is bad right now.
Who's the running back? There's a running back missing. Is he injured? The starter?
Yeah, Zamir White's not playing. He's hurt right now. Zamir White's hurt. Like there's so many injuries, bro. So it's like those. It's like at this point, if I looked at the schedule and you said I was gonna be 2-3,
Mm-hmm.
I would take it. I probably thought I was gonna be 3-2, but I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like those ones. So I'm not really too caught up on it. Obviously, guys can get healthy. But I think once we trade Devante Adams, like things will start
Start looking up.
like
Okay, okay. So, yeah, that's it still. And then yes, I think this morning the Jets coach got fired. They let him go, came back from London and they fired him. He couldn't even address the team. They escorted him with by security to exit out the building, which I feel like is nasty. At least let him, say his goodbyes and whatnot. A lot of people are like saying it's, Aaron Rodgers didn't like him and wanted him gone and this, that. Me personally, I never thought he was good, but I never thought he was bad. I just feel like sometimes I feel like those defensive coordinators, they can't resignate and be like a head coach. Sometimes they're missing something. And I felt that was the case with Salah. I feel like something was missing. I don't know if he had the locker room or not, but yeah, man, I don't know. What's your thoughts on the Jets firing him?
it's nasty. It's nasty because the reports come out that he was trying to fire the offensive coordinator.
Hmm.
Fired, right? So that's where it's nasty. And like to your point about defensive coordinators, I hate when they do this because like if you look at it like kind of in depth, a lot of white coaches normally get positions to become coordinators. It just
Hmm.
happens how it is. It's like one of those things in coaching. A lot of white guys end up becoming offensive coordinators. Not to say they're better or worse or like white guys are smarter offensively, but just in general, white guys normally get pushed towards offense, like calling offense and being the OCs and stuff like that. And then you get the defensive guys like they get pushed to black guys kind of get pushed towards being or like even like just in general, it happens to shape its way out like that.
Yeah,
And now this whole conversation of you have to have an offensive coach. Like, no, you don't.
no,
Really despise that whole thought process because like the best coaches all time, they're defensive guys.
absolutely.
They've always been defensive guys. And for some strange reason now it's like, oh, you need the McVay and the
Shanahan tree and
but it's like, nah, bro. Like you need guys that to be a head coach, you need obviously you need a quarterback. Like that's number one. You need a quarterback, right? And then after that, you need a good rest of your staff, right? Everybody gets caught up on the head coach. The head coach does a lot of managing. Like I gotta manage the moods, temperaments. I gotta treat everybody differently, but everybody fairly. I gotta make sure everything's going in. Like we gotta make sure, oh, let me get this guy a touch because he hasn't gotten a touch in a little bit. Or like you have to manage a lot of stuff. And the thing is, head coaches have to manage their own coaches, right?
Yeah, break that down for the people, because some people don't understand the position of a head coach, the offensive coordinator, defensive, special teams, DB coach. What is the head coach really like doing?
So obviously, like, so you're a head coach. Like it's more so like obviously you have to set the standard for the program, right? Like it's more so about messaging, and like can I manage? It's like think about like you're running like you're managing a store or you're managing something. I have to make sure everybody is upright, everybody's upbeat. We have to have like one message, right? I have to set the message, or the head coach has to set the message. Then he has to make sure his message is heard between his staff. And then he has to make sure his staff is pushing his message. Because sometimes guys are always like, because sometimes you have guys on the staff, they might you want to push their own message and not, and then it creates like conflict with players and coaches because you have coaches that are like saying one thing, next guy saying another. Then you're like, yo, I don't know who I trust, so I'm gonna trust the guy that I communicate with more, right? So
Hmm.
there's a lot of, and then now obviously in the when you mix into the NFL, it's big business, big money on the line. These guys are trying to earn jobs. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, even when we are talking about Philly the other day, when we are like, yo, the offensive coordinator is trying to show his ass and do too much stuff. Like, he's trying to
Yeah.
go crazy when he didn't need to because he's trying to earn a job. And sometimes that goes against, like, the game plan of your own coach.
Hmm.
And it's like, yo, when you have a good defense, obviously you kind of want to be like, you don't want to turn over the ball too much on offense. But when you don't have like like Salah, like especially like with Nate Hackett, this guy is like he's not a good. He's been proven over the last 5 years to not be a good OC, but he keeps
Yeah.
jobs. So it's like he has to work against the organization. Now you have to work against the owner, and now on top of that, you have a diva quarterback. So now you have to like work with somebody you know that's not working with you.
Yeah, which is messed up.
Too much for him to manage, right? But it's like, yeah, he should get fired, but it's the dynamic of like it wasn't done the right way. And this is why when you have a coach, a head coach, you have to let him pick his staff.
Absolutely.
Never goes right. Like even with like me, I've been a coach before, and I remember my first time coaching, I didn't have pull, so they didn't let me pick my own staff, right? So you have other guys calling plays that you don't want. And then obviously now this time I got a chance to pick my own staff and things worked out well for me. So
My
it
coach. That's my fucking coach.
Champion.
My coach. Championship coach.
Champion.
but yeah, nah, like but that's what it's like that's where it's a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? If you're a coach.
Yeah.
Do you think it was too soon? Or do you think now's the right time for that to happen?
No, it was how it happened. Like you know those
Yeah.
how it went down. Like
So you think
Yeah.
the timing was right? He should have been fired, but just how
oh,
it was
like yo, if
done
you're
was not
gonna
right.
fire him, you fired him last week.
Yeah.
Like, you fired him last week. Like you guys put up 9 points against Denver at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a no bueno, man. That's you gotta let him go. You fired him after a long trip from London back home. You
but
fired him and he can't even like address the team saying like, "Oh, I just got fired, yo, good luck." Da, da, da. They literally escorted him via security out the facility.
but even that I kind of heard that's just protocol.
Oh, where?
So like
Oh,
when you fired, they have to like by force. Like man, we're like yo, you know what time it is? Like I have to,
oh,
because like in case the man tried to go mad, right?
oh.
Right. So you have to understand it, kind of like when I read into it, like it's just salacious headlines more so than like what
Okay.
really happened. But he
Ye-
tried to fire the OC, like tried to be like, yo, you're not calling, and yo, that's an uncomfortable conversation to have.
mm,
Had that conversation with a head with a coach one time and be like, yo, big man thing, you're not calling the plays no more.
The whole situation is messy because the OC Hackett, he's just there because that's Rogers' guy.
Dog, yeah, this is dog.
So Rogers brought in Hackett. Rogers brought in his friends, Cobb, Lazard, like
Mm.
half the Green Bay coaching staff, receiving core. Like he's trying to get Devante. Like it's just like so the whole thing was just like trying to appease him. The offense stinks, but um Rodgers didn't even attend mandatory camp, which is what I think is one of the main factors why Rodgers didn't really mess with them. They were probably decent, but when Salah, I feel like, said his absence was like unexcused, I feel like that like started some tension. And obviously, if you watch, him and Garrett Wilson are not on the same page. But if Rodgers was at camp, maybe him and Wilson would have like better repertoire, better connection.
Yeah, better chemistry. Yeah.
Like they lost the other game, what 9-8 to Denver or so.
Oh,
Like
10-9.
Salah's head coach, but obviously he made his way from defense. So like yeah, you're a head coach, you have to manage the offense and all these stuff too. But when it comes to defensively, like his team is trying to compete from where he knows, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing was kind of just messy.
Yeah.
Well, messy.
You guys think Rodgers ends up in Green Bay or no?
Gotcha. This guy's done. He's cooked.
Nah, I don't think so.
I
No,
mean, Devante Adams, you don't think he's gonna end up in Green Bay?
Oh,
Green Bay or Jets.
I mean, Jets, sorry, Jets.
I think he'll go to the Jets.
Yeah, I could see it. I
I think
feel
he'll go.
they fired Salah. I don't see how that's going to help their offense. They're likely not going to fire Hackett, the offensive coordinator. So they have to do something to improve the offense, or else. So I feel like they might go desperate and give up, a second or whatever the demands are, in order to get him. Because what other options kind of do you have?
Mhm.
Yeah,
For some sort of reason, I feel like it's gonna be the Bills.
really.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because the Bills
Nah.
still need a number one. Like I don't know if Coleman's ready for that.
They
And
have no cap, so they're gonna have to like work the cap to figure it out.
mhm.
And then it's like, do you keep him for 1 year because he's gonna get like a big increase in his salary next year? He has no like guaranteed money, so he's sick. That's all it is. There's no
The
guaranteed
guarantee
money.
money.
He's queasy, so now he wants to cut because obviously like the quarterback situation's washed. But like you knew this, right?
Not only do the Bills have the cap situation, but also the same issues would happen. I feel as if Stephon Diggs definitely got the ball with the Bills, but I feel like they're not trying to like make Josh Allen have to force to get one guy the ball all the time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That would be maybe a conflict with Devontae because he wants the ball. I feel like with the Jets, it's not that much of a conflict. Like he wants the ball, and Rodgers is going to look for him to get him the ball because him and Garrett Wilson don't have the repertoire and aren't on the same page yet.
I feel like Rodgers is gonna fight for Adams to go to the Jets because they already have that connection. And what's his name has been sick with the Raiders for a long time. So I feel like he's gonna try to find solace and just go to where he knows best. Just go back to Rodgers, go to the Jets,
Rodgers or
and
Carr,
salary.
Rodgers
It's
or Carr.
it's not his decision. Like
Yeah,
it's not It's not NBA. It's not his decision. It literally comes where the Raiders feel comfortable trading him to. It's literally the Jets are gonna go, but then they're gonna call and be like that guy in your fantasy football league, like, yo, I'll give you a 4th round pick for like Derrick Henry. Like it's gonna be washed. They're gonna come with a weirdo offer. So it's like
So you don't think the Jets are gonna do what's necessary to get Devontae?
I don't know. Like it's like, bro, because you're gonna have to give up a second.
Mm-hmm.
So now that means that you're giving up your 2nd round pick plus because now that things not playing, you're most likely gonna have to give up a 3rd round pick because he's not gonna meet the requirements. So now your 2nd and 3rd round picks for next year draft are gone.
yeah, that's a lot still.
Right.
But
So
do you think they're
they
willing
can't
to take that
offer a
risk?
third. They can't even offer a third because they know that third right now next year is most likely going to be from the Hassan Reddick trade, unless they trade us Hassan Reddick. Right. So I don't really know with these guys right now.
Yeah, it's gonna
Right?
be.
It's gonna be not like I see more like a Washington,
Mm,
Baltimore teams will actually have draft capital available at hand. I could see them trying to make a trade. It's gonna be hard for him.
Um, yeah. Okay, guys. So yeah, yo, on to week 6, man. Week 6 is here. Um, well, yo, which matchup are man's looking forward to week 6? I know everyone's gonna say the Washington Baltimore, lie?
Mm-hmm.
Washington,
Mm-hmm.
Washington, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play Washington, Baltimore. Mm,
Come on now.
Yep, in Baltimore. Oh, touchdown
The
spread. Yeah, I think that's the best game of the week.
Detroit and Dallas, I'm so interested.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a big game. Detroit, Dallas, even the Buffalo Jets game is a game I'm interested in.
yeah, that's a game still. Ooh, Tampa and Saints. Rattler starting for Carr.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I just like
Oh,
Detroit is like for me, they're like, like I don't know where the weaknesses is really in their team. And I feel like they just play like good football. So it'll be interesting. I always like watching them kind of play. So definitely Detroit Dallas.
yeah, honestly, like I pray the Browns upset these guys. Because all just because Smith just cheated me. I just pray. I just pray.
It's gonna be nasty. Like that's
I
gonna
they upset them. I pray. But yeah, let's get down to the gritty, bro. Get down to the money picks now, y'all. Mammy. Three
All right.
spread picks, one upset pick. Week 6.
All right. So
Bracket.
my first pick that I like the Bengals minus 3.5
Okay.
against the Giants. So I was looking at it. If you look at the Bengals, even though their record is poor, where they 1-4 or so, if you look at all of their games in terms of scoring,
Mm-hmm.
have literally increased their scoring production every single week. So week 1 they scored 10, week 2 they scored 25, week 3 they scored 33, week 4 they scored 34, and then week 4 30.
38.
So they're increasing their production, their offense is humming, and I just don't see the Giants are more or less a low scoring team. They had 29 points last week. They had a defensive score, I'm pretty sure. So I just don't see how
They
even
keep up.
yeah, they're gonna keep up. Like I just don't see how they keep up. So I like the Bengals minus 3.5.
Mhm.
Honestly, the last week I did not touch the Steelers game. This week, I feel more comfortable doing so. I like the Steelers minus 3. I just feel as if one, they lost their last 2 games, so I can see them trying to work some of the things out that happened in the past 2 games. I like the matchup against the Raiders. The Raiders have O'Connell coming in at quarterback, and I feel like with a quarterback like him, that allows us to probably maybe play with the lead. And I like Steelers when we're like more comfortable trying to play with the lead, as opposed to maybe playing some other quarterbacks like Dak, where we have to maybe try and catch them.
Okay.
I like the Steelers for a do back win. And then for my last pick, I like the Texans over the Patriots. When it comes to the Texans, I feel like their offense hasn't overly been too explosive yet.
Yeah.
Feel like they're due for one. When it comes to their defense I saw is I think ranked 4th. Although their run defense is not the best, their pass defense is really good, eliminating the Patriots pass, and I don't really see how Patriots will necessarily run the ball majority of the game and beat CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Just not really seeing how them running the ball, CJ Stroud passing is gonna make them win the game or like even come within close. I feel like the offense is due for a breakout game. I kind of like the Texans minus 7.
Okay. Okay. And what's your upset?
My upset pick is the Jets. So I'm gonna try like the Jets over the Bills. The Bills to me, there's a joke that the Bills they always play really well in September and that Josh Allen is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Beginning of started off very strong, really good. In terms of that roller coaster, I think this is when he's kind of a bit on his downward trajectory. I think I saw he was at 9 of 30 last week, 30 past 10 completions.
Yeah.
He's definitely not playing his best right now. I kind of feel like, this is a time where the coach is gone, that Aaron Rodgers kind of needs to. There's no one else to blame, pretty much. Yeah, they could kind of blame the OC, but there's no one else to blame. I kind of feel it's a divisional game. Those are usually pretty nip and tuck and tight, and I kind of see like Monday night game. I think the last night game the Jets played well. I can kind of see them replicating that again. So I kind of like the Jets in an upset.
Okay, thank you very much. Sick, sick, sick. Who wants to go? Cash CB, who wants to go?
Sure, I'll go.
All right, CB.
So I like to start out. I like Houston, same as Bammy. I think Houston do well. I don't even need to talk about it. Bammy had pretty much had good points for it. I like my guys. I like my guys this week. Aiden O'Connell is a better passer than I like them on the +3 at home. I just like my guys. I think Aiden O'Connell is a better pass rusher. Is a better passer of the football than Gardner Minshew. Um, he's he's apparently like he came into the game and did better. I think another thing I was reading um was it Devante Adams liked Aiden O'Connell more than Gardner Minshew. And he was kind of mad about that. And even in the press conference today when I watched Antonio Pierce was talking about like, yo, like Devante's healing up, so like, yo, when he's healthy, he's gonna play for the Raiders again. I don't care, like he doesn't care about injuries. So like that's just another positive sign just about Aiden O'Connell in the building. I think Jacorian Bennett matches up very well with George Pickens, right? I think, and obviously, I think Pittsburgh has very weak tackles, no explosive plays from their offense. So even though my defense is beat up, I still like it because where we excel, they aren't as good, right? So that's just going to be an interesting game. And I like just the fact that a home underdog this year, home underdogs have been killing it. Um, Another team that I like is I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta on the 6. Um, I just think that they're better up in the trenches. They can run the ball. I don't think that I don't I think with how like heavy like the interior D line is for Atlanta, I don't really see Carolina running the ball like they've been running the ball last few weeks. I just don't think that they're gonna be able to do that against like Atlanta's front.
I got. Mm.
Yeah, like they have guys like oh you're not your chairman like obviously your chairman Danny he's like balling Grady Jarrett's there. I think they have Eddie Goldman in the middle. I'm not 100% sure, but they have like that's like almost 900 pounds of like grown man, but just between those three guys. So and then my upset pick is Jacksonville. The early game Jacksonville always wins in London.
Yeah, they're like,
That's like a home game for them because they go there every single year. I like that. Obviously, Caleb Williams, he's been looking better the last 2 weeks, but he's still like I seen a stat where he's second behind Josh Allen in most passes that are deemed like uncatchable. So
yikes.
even though Jacksonville's been playing bad, like I think they played a little bit better last week. They played better last week. They got the dub, but this week you'll go against Chicago. Chicago has a good defense, but I don't trust Caleb Williams on the road, basically in a different country. Like it's not a road game for Jacksonville, in my opinion, even though they're playing in London.
Okay, okay, that's what's up. Respect. Mr. Cash Capri.
The word, man.
I know what's the word, man. I know you've been on fire.
Who, me?
Oh, so yeah, yeah, so
I have
you're on the grand stage,
the with the same game parlay a little bit,
Yeah,
but
I mean, so yeah,
so my
no,
three
you know
picks,
our
I think.
formula, right?
Sorry,
You know our formula, right?
what do you mean our formula? What do you mean?
Pick 3 spread picks and one
Oh
up
yeah, yeah,
money
yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right, then you go, man. Stage is yours, brother. What you like?
I think I'm a side with the boys on the Houston game. I think
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna be biased with the Washington Baltimore game. I think that Lamar Jackson needs to give this rookie quarterback a little bit of a taste of a loss. I think that's going to come and it's
Okay.
going to happen. I don't think those guys are going to cover. I think the Ravens are going to take it. Um, who said the Jets was the upset? Was that States?
Miami did.
Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, big guy. Josh Allen's holding that down.
Okay.
They're taking that. But I will say my upset, I think, I have really weird thinking, but it hits. It's the Saints. I think the Saints can be an upset. Now
Okay.
this is all personal intuition, to be honest, but I think there's an ability there.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield's been going off, but I have a feeling.
Okay. You
I have a
know,
feeling.
feeling is good, eh? We don't want to hear no gut things, eh, brother?
Hey, listen, man. If I'm hitting, I'm hitting. What do you want me to tell you? You can
Yeah,
do what
yeah,
you want with
okay.
it.
Okay. Right, okay. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So, for me now, let's just clear this. Let's clear this up. So, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm gonna be going the Chargers -3 versus Denver.
Makes sense.
I just don't I just feel like Denver's been getting lucky, man. Like
Mm.
I know that they're my guys, but I just feel like they've been getting lucky. And the Chargers are like well-oiled machine. They're coming off the bye, healthy, get Herbert healthy. They're gonna get back what's the safety? He was
Uh,
suspended.
Erwin James.
Derwin James back. So I just feel like that defense will be able to get some turnovers on Bo Nix, and they'll probably win by more than 3 for sure. The next game I also do like Atlanta -6. Um, just feel like Atlanta's a better overall team. In the trenches, even with their own line, I don't think Carolina's gonna give them much pressure. When Kirk doesn't have pressure, he kills the defense. And I could see Don throwing some picks, getting some turnovers. I like that one there too. I also like Cincy 3.5. They do for an explosion game, and I think the Giants are the good team for them to actually like kill. The Giants are the team for them to kill, and you know how Giants are when they're at home. They don't play good at home. Daniel Jones gets nervous at home. This is a game I probably would even boost the spread to like 6.5. Honestly, real shit, you know?
It's gonna be
And
like not that like big of a game.
yeah, it's not gonna be because they're gonna kill
No, I
them.
think Giants are gonna like hold their own personally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't. I think they can.
I saw so I'll be sick still, but yeah, I think this one's since he by a touchdown at least. And my upset pick, Browns money line.
I, you believe that, or you want that?
I feel like that's
I believe it.
emotional.
No, Browns money line.
All right.
Browns money line. I don't believe in Philly.
Fair enough. Yeah. Not
I
much
don't
to.
believe in Philly. And the Browns are really, 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 really right now they're low right now. Everyone's doubting them. I don't this is gonna be the surprise game. And look
Yeah.
at that total, 42.5. Browns are moving like Hurts can beat a team by 9+ points.
Yeah. 9+ is
9+. Yeah, I don't
It's
believe.
crazy. So I think this is gonna be the upset. I think this is gonna be the one that gets everyone. This game's gonna get them. So yeah, these are my games here. Okay. And man, want to do college? I know Bambi doesn't watch college. CB,
Like we're
are we
still.
allowed the college?
If you there's a few games like I kind of like.
All
I
right,
like.
let's see what I'm going for college. I wrote down a few games I like too. Hold on. Yeah, I
Uh,
like Missouri. Where is it? So what I liked was Missouri. They're like 4 touchdowns. Yeah, I like Missouri.
Against UMass. Okay.
Yeah, I like them. What was the next one I wrote down? Holy smokes. Maryland -10. Where is that?
Maryland -10 is probably at the bottom, but they're not a bad team. I like Colorado this week.
I don't know.
Riding with my chairman again.
Mm,
I like Colorado
um,
this week. I think I like Ohio State against Oregon. It's a very big game. It's just a very big game. Ohio State's probably a better team in my opinion. And then I like Illinois. Illinois is playing Nebraska, I'm pretty sure. Or
yeah,
no,
let's say
Illinois is playing.
Purdue.
Yeah. Is it Illinois?
Yeah,
Indiana. It's Indiana, I think. Indiana is playing Nebraska.
yeah. I like Louisville as well. And yeah, Maryland -10. Oh, see that game. Yeah, I like the Maryland. I was 10.5 now. I don't see that Indiana, but you remember the spread for the Indiana?
I'm pretty sure it was 6.5 against Nebraska. They have a Canadian quarterback. He's balling. Like he's balling.
Yo, that work use bro.
Mad. He's
He's
going
mad. He's
absolutely
mad. He's mad still.
happy. So I'm rocking with them. They've been going crazy this whole year.
All right, I can't find it, but y'all know what he likes, so y'all can go there and pick that. So yo, let's do a bet builder for the Thursday night game, and then we'll go on what's on your mind. So the Thursday night game, 49ers versus the Seahawks. Let's just get a plus 1,000, fellas. Plus 1,000. Who do you see scoring touchdown this game, guys?
I like I like George Kittle.
Kittle's gonna get one, man.
Yeah, like the George Kittle touchdown. I like it.
What's Brock Purdy for Thorin?
250.
250. Yeah, he's doing that.
And touchdowns, what is it? 1.5?
Yeah,
One and
touchdowns 1.5. He
Yeah.
didn't do it last week, eh?
No, but last week I knew though. Last week I Arizona winning though.
I like
Mm,
the kicker over on the prop. The over on the kicker points.
so okay, you're gonna take the Brock Purdy 1.5?
Division game. I like what State said, like the kicker. I do.
Yeah, they've been being washed in the red zone.
Divisional games get tough. Field goals in divisional games.
So what? Go like I don't. What do you guys want me to do?
I would go to even if you go to field goals made, go to San Fran. I like San Fran's kicker to make 2 field goals.
But I think you can do combined.
Yeah, but I would even just pick San Fran's kicker alone because I think like he's 2 field goals for him as a foods. And
Yeah.
it's a good kicker, but I think like
Oh shit! For him to kick 3. Oh no. Okay, so 2.
yeah, I like 2.
Okay, 2 field goals. Okay.
Normally kicker props are 6.5, or they try to get you with the hook at 7.5.
Yeah.
But I think 2 field goals for sure he's gonna make.
Okay.
You-
Capri, anything you like?
Mm, you gotta give me more time, brother.
Oh,
I wouldn't even see my thing. My thing is the QBs, but I don't really not not really feeling Gino or not really feeling Purdy for this game to take them on anything.
good, yo. You know, good.
I'll probably.
But
But you're using
if you add 1 touchdown passing for each quarterback, what does that put it up to?
It doesn't even move the needle.
Brock Purdy doesn't move the needle, but Gino gets you the plug.
Mm-hmm.
A little
Plus what?
475.
with those three.
Okay, I mean, definitely I see him throwing one, but that doesn't do too much.
And
I like the rushing number from the chairman.
Asa?
Yeah, I like the 80. But I even like the Charbonnet 13.5. Zach
Okay.
Charbonnet. I like his
Yeah.
So Malcolm Mason to 75.
not bad, yeah.
And then he says Charbonnet. 14.
Yeah, I like that. That's me though. I think he's gonna do it just because
All right.
he's both quarterbacks. Kenneth Walker's been beat up a little bit, even though
Mans are good with this?
And let's see, first kill.
So 1.5.
I'll do like Kenneth Walker 50.
I think this is pretty good.
Chardonnay.
We'll rock with this, man. We'll rock with this.
Mhm.
All right.
That looks solid.
Cool, cool, cool. So, yo, this is the What's on Your Mind segment. You know, just talk how you feel. And we'll go from there, yo. Who wants to spark it?
I'll spark some. I've just been thinking about just like this is random. It's kind of just like, difference between Canadians and Americans in like different ways. One of the ways I've really noticed, and I'm sure you can look this up, like when it comes to Canadians getting older,
Mm-hmm.
older age, a lot of us, our money, retirement money or whatever, our savings, our plan is really in our house.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
in my house. I have my house, that's it. Whereas if you speak to like a lot of Americans, they have other, other avenues, including like stocks. Like Americans really will use, stuff like stocks, and other avenues for their retirement. And I'm just kind of obviously, it just seems like house, which is obviously, good investment. You need a house and a place to live. But it just seems, especially in Toronto, so dated. And it's just like, I'm just trying to believe like how much more important I think it is now to like, I don't know, kind of have stocks over a house, you know,
Mm.
especially when, so much value of your house depends on what the market says at this time. Like, 2020 or 2021, your house was worth $100,000 more, but now a year later, 2 years later in 2024, it's worth so much less. And it's like, yeah, stocks, they go up and down and stuff. But when you do more conservative, more safe things, it's just like you can kind of see the value of your investment going down. Whereas
Mm.
a house, it's just like you go to sell it one day and it's just like a couple $100,000 less. I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me.
No,
So
yeah.
you think? So do you think that the Americans are doing it better, or is that what you're saying, or you just
In
trying
some,
to?
I feel like the only thing Canadians have kind of is their house. Like even people our age, our parents or whatever, are
That's it. No stocks. All house. Everything is in house.
like everything isn't like what you're banking on is just your home. That's it. And it's like I don't think that's I just don't think now that's the best way to go about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
I feel like you got to no, you got to have both. I feel like you should have some property, and you should have some stocks. But I mean, me and Mike, we spoke about this not too long ago. Like just looking at the progression of even just the S&P 500 over the last like 10 years, it's crazy. I don't even remember what it was, but it was I think it was up over 100% or over 200% over the last like
Yeah.
10 years,
Yeah.
right? And we were kind of doing math. If we put in this much, how much would it be today and whatnot?
You know how we say lock? S&P 500 is a lock.
It's
Like
a
if you have like
staple.
100 bands sitting down, put on the
It's a
S&P
staple.
500. Don't look at it for like 5, 10 years.
Exactly.
All
But
right. Yeah, it's a staple, man. You can't go wrong with the S&P. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that I speak to here that stocks that's their bread and butter. Maybe it's just perspective, but there's a lot of people I speak to that are just like they're with the stock shit.
Are they retired?
Sorry, say again.
Are they retired?
No.
Yeah, I'm referring to like a lot of people like their retirement plan, the ones that are retired or close to retiring. Like,
okay.
Have is like everything is their home.
Oh, 100. Yeah,
like
or their pension.
That's a lot of it. Their home.
Yeah.
Due to like who are we talking about? Like, those ones. Like, obviously, I guess like for some immigrants, they seen like, especially like the people that are retiring now, like our parents' age group, like they came here and it was just like, oh, if I have 10 bands, I can get a house. Over time, it'll turn like I can make profit, right? And like that was their idea of like, oh, this is security, right? But with more information, like as the age groups get younger and people start like blending into others parts of like the just like society, I guess, like you have more access to information. So like people nowadays are getting into stocks, are like dabbling in that. Like a lot of people are on that wave right now.
It's pretty. It's after COVID became super pretty.
No, for sure, you're definitely seeing people more open to it, and a lot of the immigrant, people are like that. But even the quote unquote, like Canadians, like just pure quote unquote Canadians, a lot of them too are just their homes. Immigrants, their homes pretty much.
Yeah. A lot of people they're banking on just okay. I get to this age, I'm gonna sell off however much property
like,
I have, and that's what I'm gonna use.
It comes down to like who you're speaking to, because like I'm like even like everything is funny because like when I was bringing it back to like coaching and stuff like that, like I had a chance to mix in with a lot of white parents. It's my whitest team I've ever coached. And like, yo, they're just the information and stuff they're trying to get me into and all this stuff. It's like, yo, it's just mind blowing. I'm like a lot of like just because I like sorry about thinking about it. Like I was thinking like we had guys on our team that had like their like parents were like multimillionaires. No cap. And they're talking to me about investments. Oh, you should put some money in this, talking about Swissborg and all these other things. And I was like, nah. Like it was just a whole bunch of information overload kind of deal. Let me understand. I'm like, oh, okay. So other people are making like I'm like, oh, like I've been knowing, like we've been talking about stocks, obviously, like all the mans have been saying, like obviously Janelle has been pushing and demanding about stocks, investing, getting your money, investing your money. But it's like I think there's just a lot more avenues nowadays for people to be on that wave. And I think that in obviously the States, you have things like everybody wants to be rich, Wall Street and all these things. So like that's more on your brain, I guess.
Yeah. They definitely have different tools and more tools than we do.
Yeah, and because it's capitalism too, right?
Yeah.
Capitalism is the biggest push for that. Like at least with us, we're like a socialism. Like we're like, oh, the government. We're more like, oh, the government's gonna have us, and we're depending on the market and everything like of that sort, rather than going and getting it on your own.
Yeah.
I think they got more of a hustler's mindset over there. That's what me personally, that's what I've noticed about Americans. Like the hustle they have is this completely different than the hustle that people have over here. I have found. And I think it goes into everything, including investments and wealth management and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Capri, what's on your mind?
I don't know why whenever you say that, like the what's on your mind, I think about, I don't know if it was last week. No, I don't know if it was the week before. Like Bammy with the plant that had me.
That lady.
The plant, yo, bro. What do you yo? So it was my anniversary this weekend that passed, and I went to go get some flowers. And I was looking at the plants. I thought about Bambi. I'm like, yo, I should probably get a plant. I should probably get a plant. Oh man, but I don't know, bro. Like, what's on my mind, bro? I can't even lie to you, man. Like, it's just trying to get better, bro. Just trying to get to that next milestone, that next pinnacle of my life as a man. That's just been what's been on my mind. Sturdy. It's been on my mind sturdy. So just working towards that and just navigating life as one should, as a man at the end of the day. That's it. Just trying to navigate, trying to make the best that I can make and try to provide the best that I can for my family. That's it.
I want to ask you a question. What's your definition of a man?
My definition of a man? In what sense? In what sense?
You just said, yo, you just want to be more secure and better as a man, right? So I'm just
Okay,
talking
so
about
you
the
want to
sense
know
of,
from like my perspective?
yeah, from your
In relation to what I
perspective.
just in relation to what I
Give an
just spoke
honest
about?
answer. Don't sugarcoat, please.
I'm
Be
not gonna
honest.
say I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
All
But
right.
from what I was talking about, I think that my definition of a man is to provide as best as you can for the family that you have,
Mhm.
right? That's what I think the definition of a man is. You love your family, you provide for your family, you protect your family to the best of your ability. And I think that that's the biggest definition of a man. A man, I also believe, takes the brunt of whatever's happening.
So you don't believe in 50-50, right? If you're their definition, you
Nah, I don't necessarily believe in 50-50 now.
okay.
But here's what I'll tell you. It is 50-50. It's just not 50-50 monetarily. Does that make sense?
No, you gotta explain that to me. That word
Okay.
you use,
God, I think I think
so,
I think that you're I think that maybe you're coming from a monetary perspective. I'm not thinking monetarily.
mhm,
50-50 in the relationship would more so mean emotional. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the
mhm,
emotions that come with being in a relationship or having a family or whatever. I may not be at 100 today. Today I might be 60, and I'm gonna need my other half to be that 40 while I'm at my 60. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I
You know
got
what
you.
I'm saying? So, like on a monetary view, I do believe, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I mean? You're the man, so you got to do what you got to do. Now, that doesn't mean that if things aren't aren't smoothly rolling, that things shouldn't be picked up on the other side. It should be. That's how it
Mhm.
should be. Is it? Is that what happens? But that's the way I think it should be, if that's the case. But no, I'm thinking 50-50 on an emotional level.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, CB,
Um,
what's on your mind, man?
Yo, I had something, but it was just like I had to say that for like the party.
Okay.
Bro, like, all bad, like it'd be hilarious, but like those ones. This is a nationally syndicated, so
I'm cheese. I'm no longer in the party. Like I
nah, no,
I won't be
no.
able to hear
But
it.
yo, what should I talk about? Yeah, honestly, yo, just let's talk about setting a good example, yo. Setting a good
Mm.
example, I think, is like imperative, like in the ends. So, like, shout out, like, yeah, last week we went down to the mayor's office, and it was neat. We got to,
Yo, big shout out to the coach. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean
But, like,
Brampton
Big
Bulldogs,
shout
man.
out to the
nah,
coach. What
but
do you
like, I
Brampton
mean?
think it's
Bulldogs, man. Brampton's team, man. Number one team in Brampton. That's the only team in Brampton. You feel me?
I've never seen a coach get a plaque from any mayor. So I'll just put
yeah,
that out there.
no, but
Brampton's
no.
number one team.
So I think it's very important to set good examples, like you know what I mean, and like everything's like it kind of goes into like what we're all talking about, like what you were talking about. Like even like like the man we're like shout out to our man, like you guys are setting good examples, like with everything. Like obviously Bammy doing his thing, business, cash, like all the man like But I think it's very important just to set good examples, obviously, like with what's going on in society. Like it's important. Like mans are becoming fathers. Like my chairman Bammy wants to, like he's getting the baby fever, so he had to go buy himself a plant to calm down.
You know, man?
But like it's just very important to set good examples, and I think that's lost nowadays. You know what I mean? But before, like everybody talks about OGs and all this other stuff, and it's like, yo, everybody like we say a lot of times when we're talking amongst like me and my coaches and talking about stuff, like we always talk about like, yo, everybody's complaining about stuff, but nobody wants to do nothing to help change it, to do nothing. Like nobody wants to do nothing, right? Everybody kind of just wants to point the blame finger. Oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Oh, why is this happening? You don't vote on nothing. Oh, why like so everybody's I think more so complaining about stuff, and then they're
Yeah.
not like being proactive in where they can be proactive to help like whatever they want to get done, right? Whether it's like what Bammy was talking about, like about your retirement, are you proactive with your retirement? Are you doing stuff? So like even when we went down to the mayor's office, I was just happy, like I got to show the man, I'm like, yo, you can be celebrated, like you should feel good being celebrated, but like it should just push you to want to be in these circles. So like we're in the council chamber where they like actually make decisions on what going on in the city. And I was showing the man, I'm like, yeah, like playing the sports is cool, but you want to use the sports to get in these rooms,
Yeah.
right? So it's like through us working with the city, right, and just being showing good, like a good look in the city, the councilman, obviously, he's trying to push his vote and stuff like that. They're gonna pop out to games. They're gonna do stuff. So obviously, we build good relationships with them, and like, yo, this is what we need done. Well, but we can help out and do whatever here, right? And so you were trading favors for favors, and then eventually, it's like, oh, yo. Yo, come, yo, you've been doing such a good job. Come down to City Hall. And I think it's important to show the kids, like, no matter what you're doing through athletics or what you're doing in life, like, build connections.
Yes. When you
That's
say your network, your network, your net worth, who
yeah.
do you know?
That's what. So like it was very big. Like the kids were just like stymied. Like, oh, like why are we going down here? And I'm like, yo, like you guys don't understand it, but it's like, yo, like doing good well in sports will open doors for you when you get to university, and it's always about meeting good people and being around people and shaking hands and doing all the things that you're supposed to do. So when you're like 24, 25 and you need that job, you can call on the waist suit guy that was like whatever, like he was fourth, fifth string, or like he was just a booster, or he was a fan and remembers you, but he owns so company and this, and then you can make connections. You have a job now. You're like if you have a clean name, like you're able to use your name now to bounce around and get more work, right? Like for whatever you're doing, whether it's like Bammy with the businesses, Cash with the construction, like you know what I mean. So it's like things like that. I was just trying to thought it was important to teach the youth, because like more times guys are just always talking about, oh yo, these kids are doing this. It's like, oh yo, get in the community and help them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the man them are just like, yo, at the end of the day, like these guys are waste. They're gonna be doing dumb stuff and end up like, yo, on the news, right? So maybe like, yo, you can show them like, yo, I get it, yo, you scoring touchdowns is cool, but yo, do you have an 80 average? Do you have
I,
this? Do you have that? And I was even proud, like when they were talking about my team, I made sure to tell them like, yo, you have to talk about the fact we had an 83.6 grade point average on the team. Like that was key for me. Like,
mm,
like more so than all the other stuff.
it's bigger than football.
Yeah. So like that's why I do it, and that's why I was happy to like show the youths, because we have some youths that are like, yo, you guys can go the wrong way in like 6 months if you just like you just mess around and get with the wrong people. So like just see what they can do for you, and let's try to keep pushing for like the good path.
Yeah.
So that's my
Hon-
thought.
Honestly, man, like I always tell you like what you're doing for the youth, them, it's special, and it just like I know people don't see the shit you be doing, but you be doing a lot for these kids, and man, I'm always have to give you your flowers, but the time and effort you do it. These are just some of your hard hours that you're putting in,
Yeah.
forwarded to the youth them. So man was always have to give you your flowers still, because you're doing a good job for the youth. That's why I always say, like, when my youth grows, like he's coming to like Coach States, bro. Because like I already see what Coach States does behind the scenes that people don't see that he does, you know. So no, definitely give you your flowers and go from there. Stuff. But yeah, man. For me, honestly, is this what's been on my mind is community. I feel like I see like a lot of like black people in general. Like I see small little things, like people building small little communities. Like I know Bambi being the black men. I see there's like the black people that jog. Like I like seeing those things, and I don't know, just like I know there's a space for black creators. So like I just like how there's a space for us, and it's good to see. And honestly, for me, I feel like I know I always say like, yo, I don't want to meet new people. I'm blessed, but like I'm opening up more to like, meeting new people, connecting with like people I went to high school with and stuff like that. Like I was applying for a job with the city of Brampton, and I was trying to find someone that works there to kind of like, get a connect. And I was talking to Ashton actually, and then one of our guys we went to high school with works for the city of Brampton. Mind you, I haven't talked to this guy since 2007. Ashton gave me his number. You'd swear he's one of the man. You know? So it just shows love and just like community. Like everyone's like I know people say black people don't like help each other, but I feel like black people do like helping each other. So now all this is on my mind. Building community and just networking and like I understand like Bam, I understand why you go to those events still. Like the networking, it's crucial still.
Necessary.
It's necessary still. So that's what I like. That's like a New Year's resolution for me. Like go to more marketing events and get out there. Like people invite me to stuff and I don't go, but like next year I'm gonna make a better effort in like one of these events and just meeting people and seeing whatnot still. Even like just seeing people and whatever. Because I see a lot of these content creators, they just want to like tap it with me, but I'm just like too into my shell. You know what? I'm gonna break out that habit, and just link up and see what's out there. You never know. So that's
I always say it, bro. I don't like to stay in one place for too long. But that's the reason why. Because when you go to different places, you meet people, you see people, you create new friends, you create new opportunity. You know what I mean? But I have a question for you. Mike. That guy that you didn't speak to since 2007, and you say he's like, talking to you like, man, why do you think that is?
I just think because like I think for me personally in high school, I've always been the guy to like I just make people feel comfortable. I say hi to everyone. I don't like diss anybody. I show love to everybody. So maybe in the past interactions or whatever,
You're a good guy.
I left the positive, So he just he's like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it was love still and it had me, and just like that ended up turning into like, yo, let's link up, man. Da, 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 da. So
Yeah, and do that.
Gave me that reference, and then gonna link up still. So treat everyone fairly still, because you never know when you're gonna cross paths with people or need someone later on in life. Still, I'll tell you that much.
But don't even think of it as like you'll need them later on in life. Just be a good person.
Just be a good person.
It'll come back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I believe God will make it come back to you. You know what I mean? So be good to everyone. No, for sure.
So
before we end, I wanna run a marathon with them. Like,
you wanna run a marathon? Like a full one?
Yo, like I've been wanting to like get in shape, right? But I need like a goal. Like I always need like a what's it called?
You sound like me with the bodybuilder. You need a carrot.
I need like a North Star. Like those ones?
Yeah.
Like a North Star. Like I need like, okay, yo, I work well with like creating like fake adversity in my brain.
Yeah.
No, like that's why I think like
You're on your David Goggins?
yeah, like I always like yo, like us, like me against the world is them against us. Like I always do
Yeah,
my
yeah.
best, like when I force myself against the wall, right? And I wanna get in better shape. But the thing is I always want to get in better shape, and I always do this thing where like I work out and I go crazy for like 3 months, and then I get there like near to where like the tipping point, and then I don't break through.
Yeah.
So I need like I want to get like some like even if it's like a 5 start off with like a 5K, 10K half marathon or something like that. But I want to run a marathon just to like force myself to start getting in shape for it, so I don't look washed. Because I like in competitive spaces, I try it like actually want to like thrive. I don't want to be like like when you do something you don't want to be.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal. That's a good long-term goal, I think,
So yeah,
because
yeah, and I wanted something. So like I think maybe next year I want to run a marathon.
That's good you said that. You know what's so funny? You remember, I don't know if you remember my boy Wallow. You call him Wallow.
Yeah, yeah, Wallo,
He
yeah.
just ran a marathon this past weekend, 27 km. And he
Yo,
ran it in, what, 4 hours and 10 minutes?
that's mad.
Yeah.
It's
So,
fluids and sick. I need to get in shape. Like I need to get in shape. I need to get back in
mm,
like real shape. Like
join the men's league still. We have our first game tomorrow, so this week. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I feel you. Like, and then like, I don't know, man. Do you guys feel like there's a lot of men groups around the city?
yeah, 100% there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
there
there,
are, just
there,
don't know.
there are the different kind of scattered, but there's definitely like both men and women, but there's definitely still like men groups though.
Mm,
Yeah, there's a couple.
yeah, because I know there was one in like one of my homegirls sent me one. There was one men group in Thornhill. There was none in the city. I was wondering for black people at least. But, yeah. But yeah, man, it was definitely a good talk.
Yeah.
Hopefully you win the people the money. Um, Patreon will be on this week, people. So like, if you want other picks, you already know. Subscribe. I'm gonna throw it on the link on the page. You guys will see it. Let's get this money. Let's grow. NBA is coming back just now too, so it's gonna be a lot of content coming up. So
I
yeah,
bet.
you already know. So yeah, we'll
Yes,
throw everything
sir.
up on the page and stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's just get this money, man. I appreciate you guys' time. Till next week, man.
I don't know.
Sure.
All right, let's get it.